Spain, jubilant Madrid there. It's almost 8:30 in the evening. World Cup winning football team is being given, quite rightly, a victory parade through the streets of Madrid after their triumphant win against Argentina yesterday. And what a match it was for La Roja. Very well deserved. They're now going through the streets of Madrid. That's the entire, I could see the team there on the bus as they celebrate their victory. And what a match it was, really. You know, we saw Ferran Torres' goal securing their second World Cup triumph. And what a moment for Spain, and bad luck, unfortunately, for Argentina, as everyone takes it in. The bus saying the kings of the world. A fantastic match to watch as it went, of course, to extra time. We'll have more, of course, on their win and what this means for Spain and Spanish football in just a moment. But for the moment, huge congratulations to the team there of La Roja. I want to leave the winning and turn to the United States, because the leader of Mexico's notorious Sinaloa drug cartel is being given life in prison. Ismael El Mayo Zambada was sentenced today in New York after pleading guilty to federal charges last year. An assistant attorney general spoke about El Mayo's life of crime after the sentencing. Have a listen.
This defendant perpetrated unspeakable crimes and unquantifiable carnage on this country and other continents and many other countries for 50 years. Never held a legitimate job in his life. Never did anything worthwhile for any community. All he did was spread evil, poison, kill, and corrupt.
Well, Mayo was arrested in the U.S. in 2024 when a plane he was on landed at an airstrip right across from the Mexican border. Also on board that day was Joaquin Guzman Lopez, the son of El Mayo's former partner in crime, El Chapo. Guzman Lopez has pled guilty to drug trafficking charges. CNN's Maria Santana joins us now from New York. So, Maria, I mean, we mentioned that Zambada El Mayo had pleaded guilty in 2025. So the sentence really is not in doubt. So give us a sense of what we're likely to hear today.
Well, you know, El Mayo Zambada had for many years lived in the shadows of his of his other more famous partner, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. And while El Chapo was very well known in the United States due to, you know, pop culture and these fabulous escapes that he was known for, El Mayo, according to prosecutors, was really the one behind the scenes running the Sinaloa cartel and turning it into one of the most powerful drug organizations in the world. So, you know, he was brought here by Joaquin El Chapo Guzman's son, Joaquin Guzman Lopez, last year on a plane. Mayo says he was kidnapped by El Chapo's son, and El Chapo's son, when he pleaded guilty, actually gave details of that supposed kidnapping. But here, El Mayo Zambada decided to plead guilty. He pled guilty last year, and he was sentenced today to life in prison. And really, the judge said he really had no choice. That was the minimum sentence required by law for him to receive. And now he spoke. Mayo spoke here during the sentencing. He gave a statement. He accepted full responsibility for his crimes, saying he knows that what he did caused much harm to many families, many individuals and communities, and said that he wasn't pleading guilty to try to hide his crimes, but to ask for forgiveness. And he even urged other young people not to follow his life of crime. He said it only leads to jail or to death. But the judge, you know, he said that he wants to decide, wants to recommend to the Bureau of Prisons where he will spend the rest of his days, because according to his lawyer, he's a 76-year-old man with cognitive failure, with progressive illnesses, and so he needs to be in a place where he can be treated for that. The prosecution obviously said his history of violence should be considered. He'll get treatment wherever he is, but you know, they fear that he would be helped in prison by other associates. But the judge said he did save the U.S. resources and time by pleading guilty and not going through an extensive trial. Isa.
Maria Santana there for us in New York. Thanks very much, Maria. Appreciate it. And still to come tonight, President Trump is promising to avenge the deaths of American service members killed over the weekend. I'll speak with Middle East expert about the possibility of an all-out regional war. That's next.